I'm going to do this by the time I'm 40. I'm going to do this by the time I'm 50. I'm going to tell y'all, everybody set goals for your life, and then you look back, 20 done got by.
Come on now.
30 done got by. You pushing 40, you pushing 50, and some of those things still haven't come. And y'all know what happened. When we try to do things in our time and fail to realize and to remember that God wants to do things in his time, if you're not careful, you'll get discouraged. And so God told me to come minister to her because God wants us to learn how to become patient. Because y'all know the deal. I don't know about nobody else, but I'm an impatient person. I'm impatient. When I want things to happen, I want things to start moving. When I tell people to start moving in my house, I want stuff to start moving. I tell the dog to get out the way. I want the dog to get out of the way. When the dishes are supposed to be washed, I want the dishes washed. I ain't talking to nobody. When I'm driving down the car, y'all don't want to be behind me, in front of me when I'm driving in the car. Because y'all gonna say the bishop got issues because I'm gonna be blowing the horn, trying to get around here. I like to get where I'm going, and sometimes, y'all, I just have to admit, I might even be tripping just a little bit. So God has to reel me in every once in a while because he knows that I'm impatient. I wish I had a praying house. Are there any other impatient people in here beside me? Are there anybody else who willing to make the devil mad and shame the devil? Because y'all know how it is. When we want what we want, we want what we want. When we want it and when it don't happen, we get impatient. Y'all ain't gonna talk back to me. I'm gonna move y'all. Ain't gonna talk back to y'all. What happens when you get impatient? You can start running ahead of God. You pick the wrong man because you got ahead because you got it impatient, y'all. Come on. You pick the wrong woman because you'll get ahead of God. You'll pick the wrong job. You'll pick the wrong career. You'll go to the wrong school. You'll make a misstep, y'all. You can easily make a misstep.
Take your time.
And missteps lead to mistakes.
Come on, Bishop.
Yes, when you get ahead of God.
That's right.
God said, son, when you preach to the people, tell them that I want to deal with the spirit of impatience. That the people of God have to say that what I said I'm going to do for them, I'm going to do it for them, but I'm going to do it in my time.
That's right.
The problem with that is, y'all, sometimes God's time is difficult to wait.
Talk now.
God's time, I ain't got no real people over here.
Talk now.
I don't know about y'all, but I've been waiting. There's some things I've been waiting for God to do, and God hasn't showed up yet. And I know he's God, and I don't want to get ahead of him, but I admit sometimes I get a little frustrated while I'm waiting on God.
Come on now.
So I have any witnesses that God said, Coleman, just remind yourself, tell yourself, I'm able. Somebody touch your neighbor, tell him, but he's able.
He's able.
In this text, this text is Habakkuk. For some history, Habakkuk is a minor prophet who he goes and he talks to God and he is complaining to God. Do I have any witnesses?
In there.
Any real people when you take your robe off, when you ain't got the thing in your hand?
Come on, Bishop.
When you home by yourself and drop it, anybody ever complain to God because things ain't like you want them to be?
All right.
He's complaining to God because Habakkuk can't understand how a just God could allow the Chaldeans or the Babylonians to judge Judah. That's right. God allowed Judah to go into captivity, and Habakkuk can't understand why a righteous God will allow his people to go into the hands, watch this, of people who are worse than them.
Yes.
Y'all ain't gonna see this. You ain't gonna see this in the spirit. Have you ever wondered how you trying to live your life the best you can for God?
Yes.
And you look at people, they ain't living nothing, but look like they got it.
And prosper.
Y'all not gonna talk back, y'all. There's too many religious people in the temple for a minute. I pick at it. Habakkuk was saying, God, how in the world did you allow us to go into the hands of the Chaldeans when they are worse than us? But how many of you know God said, my ways are not your ways? God says, I have a plan for you. I have an appointed time. I know what I'm doing. Anybody ever been in a situation that looked unjust to you and you wonder how could a God that's so loving, a God that you love, a God that you're trying to serve, might not have it perfect, but a God you trying to do your best with, how could he let this happen to me?
Bishop, come on, Bishop.
I had a time in my life when God allowed something to happen to me. And I want you to know I got angry with God because I couldn't understand how could a just God allow this to happen to his son. Can I get any witnesses? God, how could you allow me to come into this situation?
Come on now.
And